As at the time we recorded this video, Nano Dimensions was slightly down 1.6% in the pre-market session, of the 17th of May 2021. We can see that the stock is easily trading below all of its trend lines, all of them, 20, 10, 50, 200, name them, and amongst other things, this is a piece written on Investopedia as far back as probably early this month. Probably it was written on the published on the 26th of April, so it's so close to 3 weeks now or more. So amongst other things, it is definitely the fact that short sellers, or rather market participants or investors, have become very, very skeptical about Nano Dimensions. You can see that, and it's also associated with Cathy Woods. So amongst other things, it's the fact that they have tons of public, or rather publicity, or rather press releases, but nothing comes forth, there isn't a follow-up of revenue and all other stuff, profits. So says, however, Nano Dimensions promise hasn't yet turned into much in the way of tangible results. The company generated less than $4 million in revenue in 2020. So amongst the things that the author of this piece criticized was the fact that they couldn't see the relationship between 3D dimensions or 3D printing and AI. So that is because Nano Dimensions is trying to acquire DeepCube. So amongst other things, also they pointed out that the people who own DeepCube also are board of directors in Nano Dimensions. So it's a related party transaction among other things. So what we're trying to say here is that there is absolutely a connection between artificial intelligence and 3D printing. 3D printing is computerized, artificial intelligence is computerized. It's as simple as that. You can artificial intelligence works on data. It's machine learning and all that stuff. So, and you also create data in 3D printing. So easily you can improve your design and production with artificial intelligence. It's as simple as that. I don't think it doesn't merit any argument at all. If you were in doubt that there wasn't any connection between AI and 3D printing, I've just made that clear to you. If anything that is computerized can be improved with artificial intelligence. So 3D printing is computerized, so artificial intelligence can enhance it. So moving on, we can see that the stock, as we pointed out earlier on, is trading below all of its short, long, and intermediate trend lines, name it. So we can see the relative strength index is looking up. The unbalanced volume indicator, there's a good chance it is quite bearish at the moment. The 14-period slow stochastic oscillator is oversold. The MACD is also below the signal line. It has to be, because the stock is obviously below the 10-day trend line, but also that 10-day trend line is also below the 200-day trend line. So the signals are very much bearish all the way, even though the stock extended by a small amount during the last session. So we can see that it appears to be in a bearish medium-term trend with a long-term uptrend. Okay, it appears to be in a bearish medium-term trend with a long-term uptrend. Although they make the 200-day moving average is upward sloping or is rising, the MACD is bearish. It's also lagging the S&P 500 based on the comparative relative strength analysis. Momentum for Nano Dynamics is strongly bearish. The 14-period slow stochastic oscillator is below 20, the level which many analysts call oversold. This means that investors have been actively selling shares and drive the price lower. And the unbalanced volume indicator is bearish. The slope of the indicator is negative and suggests that there is a lack of buying interest. So yes, you can expect that the the unbalanced volume indicator, the volume oscillator, and then the momentum oscillator as well. They are both, you would expect that they will be in unison, and they are indeed in unison. So clearly the signals are of bearish all the way, and the stock is trading at as a huge discount to at least its intermediate trend line. In this case, it is the 50-day trend line, but just slightly below the short-term 10-day trend line, and but at the same time as well, also at a discount to its 20-day trend line. So this is the 20-day trend line. That's that red one. Then this is the 10-day trend line. So it's technically a buy, but you also have to take cognizance of the skepticism towards the stock. So we don't have any short interest figures here. It's saying 10.84. Let's see whether we can get any short value from short squeeze concerning Nndm. So let's see whether we can get that. Okay, saying it increased by 56%, and it's going to take about 1 day and some fraction to cover all of those. So current short interest is 26.98 million shares. So if you compare that to this float, so it's around that 10%. So you have to take cognizance of that short interest. All of that, clearly will help you determine whether you're going to take advantage of the fact that it's technically a buy, even though it has also, during the last trading session, it extended by I believe double digits. So you have to take all of those things on board, and determine whether you're going to go ahead and buy Nano Dimensions. There's a good chance it will also continue to retrace. There's a good chance it will continue to do so. And I believe a lot of the market participants who are involved in the stock right now are there because of the short interest, principally. There are a lot of people who are there because of the prospects and all that stuff, but the skepticism is right up there. It's very strong, and it's in the mainstream media. So you have to be careful if you're trying to get involved with Nano Dimensions. You can see what's going on in the pre-market session. It's down 1.77% at the moment, and based on the 1-minute model, it's currently oversold at the moment. It's been moving sideways for a good a reasonable amount of time. MACD is also slightly above the signal line. So determine if you're going to remain or buy, as the case may be. Okay, so thank you very much for watching this video.